4 years ago, I was driving my mum's old Peugeot 207 around, picking up more pieces of my car than members of the opposite sex. In 2016, I was fortunate enough to be able to upgrade to an Audi TT, and although I have very much enjoyed being called a hairdresser by divorced middle-aged men, recently I have upgraded. I was going to get a sensible, no-nonsense car to use in an island where you accelerate and hit the sea before the speed limit, but after test driving a few of them and enough car dealers telling me I needed a boost, I thought, maybe you're right. I should treat myself. But I didn't want to show it off in some sort of big reveal, I didn't want to upload something transparent and totally egotistical so soon after doing it in February. I wanted to thank some of you for putting me in the incredibly privileged place I'm in life today. I put out an Insta story asking for nominations from friends or family members of someone who they think may be one of my biggest fans. My plan being to liaise with friends and family of said fans, to turn up without them having a clue, and then drive around chatting to them for half an hour. 2 weeks later, I had a list of 8 people to visit, so I got on the ferry. Sounded a little like it took 2 weeks to get a list of 8 people bothered enough to meet me. Good God, this recent uploading schedule's done some damage.
The journey over is about 4 hours long. We spent 3 days driving about visiting fans, so I'm going to split this up into 2 sections. Here are the first 5 fans I met, and the other 3 will be in part 2.
So we're just about to get to the first fan's house. I'm hoping that he does actually like me. That's all I really care about.
First up, we had a guy called Harry who has a YouTube channel and tweets me all the time, so I'd actually been made aware of him previously. As had the police.
I was just wondering if Harry was in.
Are you actually having a laugh?
Hello, mate. How's it going?
With a cup of tea?
Yeah, I'd love one. I'd love one. I was like,
I know what it's like to lose.
please shake my hand. The camera's on and everything. How are you?
Amazing. I just came out from holiday. My heart's actually racing.
Next up, we travelled to Thomas, who suffers from cerebral palsy. This was early in the morning because they were soon off on travels themselves, presumably somewhere like the Maldives instead of southeast England.
Hi there. I'm just looking for Thomas. Hello there. How are you? It's really nice to meet you. How are you doing?
I watch your videos all the time.
Oh, that's amazing. Thank you so much.
Now, there were 2 people I visited that didn't come about because of, their friends or family getting in contact. One of them was this next one called Charlie, who I'd met once at one of my book signings before. He gave me possibly the best gift I've ever received, well, until Adidas hooked me up with both of these. It's a book with a page on every single video of mine. You can get through the whole thing in a couple of minutes.
Hi there. How are you? How's things?
I was convinced we'd been stood up with at least one of these, and, I was unknowingly about to bother Roy Keane during his afternoon viewing of Premier League years. This next one I had my eye on, and we were going to visit this guy called Jamie.
Who has been nominated by his girlfriend. Just looking for Jamie.
Hi.
How are you, mate?
Not too bad, how are you?
Yeah, not bad at all. I presume you saw my Insta story.
Yeah.
And
Well, fair enough. Last of the first round was Alex, who makes his own football videos on the channel Lexi YouTube. I personally think Alex the 8th would have been a better fit. He seems to love cutting off heads.
I'm just looking for Alex.
Oh my god. Mate, I'm shaking. Oh my god.
How are you doing?
I'm alright, man. Oh my
Are you Alex,
days.
sorry?
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
to clarify? Yeah.
Yeah.
Just nipped past to say hello. I'm really sorry for just chucking a camera in your face and everything. Yeah.
How are you doing, Kelly?
I'm doing well, thank you.
So how I wanted to do this is kind of literally as if I'm taking someone just for a chat, just pulling someone for a chat.
Isn't he going to take you for a chat?
Oh, this is a bit surreal, isn't it?
Who do you support, sorry? Well, I'm actually a Charlton Athletic supporter.
Wow, okay.
They used to go quite a lot
when I was younger.
You said Charlton, sorry?
Charlton, yeah.
Charlton, oh nice.
Ah, you must have seen some good goals in your time at the Valley.
I know this is your dream car because I was reading your book.
Oh, so yeah, really?
Yeah.
Thomas wasn't actually bothered about the car, admirably less materialistic than the rest of us, really.
You wanna play FIFA? To get my revenge, I wanna beat you.
I love how you've gone from because you just filmed with Hazard. You've gone from Hazard to me.
Who would you say is the favourite footballer you've ever filmed with? Ooh, Fabregas. He was the coolest. He was such a nice guy. Do you know about the pizza incident with Fabregas? Oh yeah, with Alex Ferguson. This was a week after he'd announced on A League of Their Own that it was him that threw the pizza.
Were you the culprit who threw the pizza?
So I turned up with 3 frozen pizzas and I was thinking we could do a crossbar challenge by throwing pizzas at the crossbar, and he was basically like, no. What did I say about why? Oh no! Good start. Yeah, great.
That fell off as we were driving and Kelly put it back up and I was like, there's no way that's staying on for the whole thing.
My girlfriend messaged me saying, because she knows how much I watch your stuff.
Yeah,
I love the editing. The editing
Oh, thank
on
you,
everything
man.
is brilliant.
Thank you very much.
Especially Harry's mum getting hit in the head by the football.
So what kind of videos do you make?
I make football videos, quite a lot of them. I was going to go out and record today, but I was just told to stay in the house, and I think...
Sorry about that.
Colchester versus Spurs was proving to be an absolute classic. We rejoin the action at 4-4 as it's gone to penalties and I'm try-harding against an 11-year-old. Thomas needed to score this penalty to stay in it.
He's missed. Well played, Thomas. Well played. A strong performance from Spurs, but just couldn't handle the might of Colchester in the end, I think.
Let's say that I, for once, condoned a shout out in my video. If you had to describe your channel to
Oh my god.
people watching.
I might read out my about section on my YouTube channel.
Oh, it's getting serious.
I'm basically ChrisMD's less favoured younger brother. It's like comparing FIFA to Pez, AirPods to standard headphones. This is a joke from my Sunday League videos, but myself to the real N'Golo Kante. I actually have a Kante mask. Look, whatever, I just did a tackle.
It's not getting any less weird, let's face it.
I still can't believe it. This is so strange.
I can totally imagine.
After coming this close to getting a restraining order on Twitter.
When did you come across my channel?
So when I was in year 7, so I'm going into year 13 in September.
Wow.
So that's what,
oh my god,
6 or 7 years.
6 years ago. How have you stuck by for that long? You've just been given the D. The ChrisMD.
People have their heroes and their celebrities and stuff, Beyonce, whoever.
Yeah.
Whenever people ask, ChrisMD, and they're like, oh, okay, cool. When you watch something and grow up with it, and each time when you go in and you talk about, do you see ChrisMD's latest video, or...
Yeah.
And sometimes just watching it, even in the low times when you sort of feel a bit stressed out.
Yeah.
It's just nice to have something you can watch.
It's like an exit.
Our school's quite big on sport relief. When I was in year 7, we raised 103 grand, I think it was.
Wow.
But we did have a teacher who left that used to deal with it all. He was such a knob, the teacher.
Oh, really?
Well, we have an event at school.
You shout him out.
Mr.
Just to make sure there's no teacher-based confusion.
Me and Alex got onto football here, and to fill you in, he's a United fan.
Me and my dad went to the FA Cup match, and we was in the warp stand, and and then they scored, and obviously we didn't want to celebrate, so we didn't celebrate.
Yeah.
And then people around us realised,
really?
the abuse was stupid.
Really? I went to Arsenal Man City, semi-final at Wembley for the FA Cup. We were sat in the neutral area and next to the City fans. People from the City fans were coming over and we were sort of leaning over the railing, giving photos and taking loads of people and stuff. This 50-year-old guy came up to me and he was like, "I can have a photo, mate?" And I was like, "Alright." Got out his phone, then he was just like, "Nah, off," and just walked off. No one was listening either. It was just he was doing it for his own.
Did you see him drunk, or was it just him being normal?
No, I think he's just probably lost the kids last week.
After the FIFA game with Thomas, there was still a little bit of time for us to go out and vandalise their garden.
Sorry, I killed your flowers. I'm sorry. That's a good save. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Then Thomas challenged us to try and kick the ball into this hoop, so naturally we couldn't leave until we'd done that.
God, I could do that for hours.
It felt strange taking people in this car and then just driving them 30 miles an hour.
Yeah, anyway. Thank you really nice to meet you. That's alright, no worries at all.
Thank you so much.
That's alright, it was
It's been a great
an
start to
absolute
summer
pleasure
holiday
meeting
now,
you.
isn't it?
Thank you, mate. Really nice to meet you. Again.
Matt, I was not expecting that.
Really nice to meet you. Thanks for coming down.
That's alright, no worries at all.
A pleasure. Where do you want your GoPro? Is it?
Probably just leave that. I'll bash Kelly over the head with it in a minute.
God. Stick it to the forehead.
Thanks very much for coming along.
Is it alright if I get your signature in the book and
yeah,
take a picture?
Of course,
Thank you.
man, of course. Let's
do it.
So those were the first 5, and now we're on to our 3rd day in the UK. Next up was a guy called Ryan, who had been suggested by one of his best mates.
Hello, mate. Looking for Ryan?
What have you done? What have you done? Come in, mate. You alright?
We're now off to see a guy called Brooke, who was nominated by his friend, I think. He runs a little YouTube channel.
Turn right onto Freshfield Road.
Runs his own YouTube channel and was like all set up, expecting one of his mates to come around and record a video with him.
Hi there.
Oh,
Just
shit.
looking for Brooke.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Hello, mate. How's it
Oh
going?
my god.
How are you?
This is such a shock.
And then finally, the second person that I actually chose from the start to visit. He's called Max. I've bumped into him loads of different times. He comes to loads of events, but most recently, me and my entire family were just walking through Canary Wharf, and we just bumped into him literally walking through London.
Oh my god. Hi there.
How are you, mate?
Okay. I love the shirt.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, new round, good one.
Yeah.
How are you? Just coming from work Monday night, you think, oh.
I'm safe. No.
When did you get this?
Literally a week ago. I wanted to do a video about it that wasn't making myself look like a total
Wally.
So,
Did you hear him shout at me? Right. Oh,
yeah. Either your flatmate or some really abusive relationship. I was really hoping I was at the right house.
I've been trying to go out this YouTube thing for like 6 years.
Yeah.
I've probably got the same upload schedule as you, to be fair. I take a lot of inspiration. Even my channel name, Brooke TP. So that
Well, I mean, you know, it works for Will and E, so.
That's crazy. Honestly, I've watched all your videos from when I was like little. Like, obviously, I went through a lot of. Like, I had some bullying at secondary school and college, and it's kind of gone home. You're gonna actually be with a friend. Do you know what I mean? You're gonna watch one of your videos, puts a smile on your face for a good 20 minutes, once every 3 weeks maybe. Depends on the upload schedule.
Get out. The first ever video I watched of yours was one of your Sunday League videos. I think it was like your 2013-14 one.
Oh, really?
When I look at like Ollie when he's goalkeeping, I'm like, oh come on, please. How does someone goalkeep like that?
What are you talking about? Ollie's a high standard goalkeeper, the best in the business.
Keep up to date with most of the videos, but obviously work in uni kills like 95% of my time.
Yeah, 100%. Well, and there's Love Island and Stranger Things at the moment, so
We recorded this a while ago.
you know, I know where I stand in the pecking order. Don't worry.
My house is mad for sport, football. Like I'm Arsenal.
My man.
I'm Arsenal. I've made my sister Arsenal.
Nice.
But she throws in the odd accusation of, oh, well, you don't get me that, well, I'm not going to be an Arsenal fan anymore. I was like, no, you can't do that.
That's not how it works.
You can't do that to me.
Except that.
What's your channel again, sorry?
Brooke TP.
Alright, cool, that's
Go subscribe.
Alright, we'll cut it at that point.
When it comes up on, you put Wikipedia, you put Chris Dixon, it says footballer on the head.
Does it?
Yeah.
Yes.
I've seen it before. Notable people in Jersey, because I had a history project about Jersey because we're under German occupation now, and you look at notable people from Jersey, and it says Chris Dixon.
Does it me? Oh, mate, for so long I wasn't on that. No way.
Notable people.
This is literally my, I've made it moment. Oh
Can't see it. No. Can't see it.
Criminals stealing a living.
Criminals.
That'll be the one. Wow. My dreams have been crushed. Yeah, anyway, mate, really nice to meet you. Thanks very much for coming along for the chat.
I hope you enjoyed it.
It's probably best ever.
Lovely to see you again.
Yeah.
You're
Great to
honestly
see
such a
you
nice
again.
guy.
I'm sure likewise, isn't it?
Get a room, you two.
Lastly, to everyone who I didn't meet in this video, thank you so much for the support over the years. Hearing what my videos have meant to some of you over the years is very humbling, and I will do my best to keep making them. I'm going to leave a little update down in the comments below. I'll just pin it in the comments section as to what's been going on, explanation on the upload schedule and things, so check that out. Feel free to check out the channels of some of the lovely people I met today. I feel like it's the least I could do, and I'll see you later. Yeah, hand sanitizer, please. Can't believe I had to sit in a confined space with that lot, let alone touch them. Yeah, the industrial grade one, please. Taking any chances.